Hi, recently I made a video ranking all of the survival video games that I've played over the years, and I recently found a couple of new roguelike games that I've been playing, and so I figured I might as well rank them too. So, starting right off here with a pretty good one, we've got Noita, a 2D sandbox kind of roguelike. All of the pixels are simulated, and it's very hard. I would put it at S if I was good at it. I am not, and thus my enjoyment is a little bit more diminished. Um, but overall, it is very, very good, and I highly recommend it. Risk of Rain, the original Risk of Rain, I'm gonna put in C tier because while it's good, it's a little boring. It's very simple, and it's not super difficult most of the time, and it takes a really long time to unlock everything, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I'm the kind of person that likes to have all of the options available to me and then experiment from there, as opposed to using the same things over and over and over to get one new thing and then using that over and over and over to get the next new thing. Which I would say Risk of Rain 2 definitely improves upon. Um, you get access to everything pretty darn quickly out of the gate, and the DLC for the game is really good. Um, and yeah, I've put a lot of time into this game, particularly Railgunner. Risk of Rain Returns is a remake slash remaster of the original Risk of Rain, with a lot of the lessons learned from the game design standpoint of Risk of Rain 2 incorporated into it. And so it's literally just a better version of Risk of Rain 1. And if you want to play the 2D Risk of Rain experience, Risk of Rain Returns is that for sure. Cobalt Core is one that I started playing literally 4 days ago before making this video, and it is wonderful. It's a 2D Slay the Spire-esque deck building roguelike, and the pixel art is amazing, the music is amazing, all of the different characters are super personable and likable. The card variety is crazy, and just the way that the game plays is really satisfying and rewarding. Dead Cells is definitely another easy S tier. I'm going to put this one a little bit ahead of Cobalt Core, just because it's more of the traditional roguelike style game, where you venture through a dungeon collecting things and upgrading your abilities and such. It's just super satisfying, and it's not very easy. I struggled to get past the first couple sections of it for the longest time, but once I kind of started figuring out how to actually strategize my way around certain types of enemies, it really got super fun. And it does take a while to unlock everything, but it doesn't feel too slow. And it's not like you have access to everything right away. So that's nice. Hades is going to be another S tier here. I'm going to put it. I've been enjoying Cobalt Core more than I did Hades. Just barely. Hades is an isometric roguelike, which is really cool. I like isometric games in general. And while there isn't quite the same variety as things like Dead Cells or Cobalt Core in terms of items and the use cases for those items, the few that are there, I think 6 if I remember right, 6 like base weapons, are really, really fun. And they're all super unique. And yeah, it's just a really overall good game. And one of my favorite parts about it is the fact that it has A lot of story and lore in it. In between runs and during them, you get a lot of character interactions and character development and stuff like that. So that's always good to see. Fights in Tight Spaces. This is another one that I got very recently. I'm actually going to put this lower in B. It's really fun for like a couple of hours. Things like Dead Cells, Cobalt Core, Hades, I could play for. I mean, if I had the time, I could play them for days on end. Fights in Tight Spaces is good to do a run or two at a time, and then take like a 3 or 4 day break. It's a really unique take on the deck building roguelike style, where you have different fighting moves and stuff, and you're trying to take out all of the guys in the room with you. And so it's really fun to try to coordinate positioning and things like that. Vala it's a really interesting one. It's not very good. It's a isometric twin stick shooter roguelike thing. I don't know if it can be called a roguelike. It might be more towards something else, but it definitely has roguelike properties. It is called Vicious Attack Llama Apocalypse. So if you want to go, if it's on sale for like less than $10, I would just give it a shot because it is really funny. And you can play it with up to 4 people, so that's cool too. But yeah, it's not a great one. I feel like I've played a lot more roguelike games, so I might add on to this in the future. But for now, this is where my rankings stand. But yeah, thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.